Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to TPI Software's March webinar. My name is Annie, and I'll be the host of this event. So before we jump right into the session, let me introduce you to our topic and speaker today. Today, we will be focusing on smart manufacturing. We all know that smart manufacturing has transformed conventional production process into highly adaptive and data-driven manufacturing ecosystems. Among the ecosystems, supply chain management allows manufacturers to quickly respond to changes in demand. It involves the sharing of data across the supply chain, which is achieved through API connectivity. For the next 1 hour, our speaker will go through the connection between SCM systems and API, and further share some insights into the market trend and the future of the manufacturing industry. Now, let me introduce our speaker, Eddie, today. Eddie is our product manager, and he has extensive work experience in APIM-related project and product management. During the webinar, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave us a message by using the chat box. We will have Eddie to answer them at the end of the Q&A session. Now, let's welcome our speaker, Eddie.
Thank you, Annie. Hi, I'm Eddie from TPI Software. So I'm glad you can join us today. Today, we are going to talk about navigating smart manufacturing with API-driven supply chain management. Okay, so let's go to today's topic. Before we go into the topic, at first, I will introduce some of the high-level concepts about the Industrial 4.0. Industrial 4.0 refers to the fourth phase in the Industrial Revolution that focus on interconnectivity, automation, machine learning, and real-time data. So in this time, with the intelligent networking of machines and process for the industry, with the help of information and communication technology, now it's changing how manufacturers do business, especially the big data and cloud AI simulation application based on big data. Simply say, it is the digital transformation of the manufacturing, and it can give you the access to the real-time data and insight you need to make the smarter, faster decision about your business. And that can ultimately boost the efficiency and profitability of your entire operations. And now, with the current development of network speed, 5G, remote access speed, and network reliability have increased. Digital transformation has made cross-domain access more convenient, but also we need to care more about our data into the open network and cloud. So now we have a brief knowledge that what Industrial 4.0 mainly for. And next, we are going to talk about today's topic, which is SCM system with APIM platform. So first, we will talk about the agenda. At first, I will introduce SCM system and some current trend architecture, and then the connection with APIs and the benefit of APIs platform. And next, from understanding one of the basic process of SCM system, we will then explain the operation and process of API in the system and bring out the benefit and problem solved by the using APIM. Then it is the explanation of the actual cases. Finally, the key takeaway. Okay, so let's roll in the first chapter, SCM system and APIs. So the key point here is current trend architecture of SCM system and the problem solved by APIM. In this section, I will give you some ideas of what SCM systems are and what API are. Then take an example process that in SCM system. And finally, I will use a simple example to break down with how it achieved with APIs. So first, you can see this manufacturing application map. In Industrial 4.0, we are talking about here is not only the SCADA, MES, or DCS, but the system using by the management is also including in the Industrial 4.0, right? So these systems are very important for decision making. And I believe that everyone is familiar with the ERP system or the CRM system. And of course, the topic today, we are going to talk about the supply chain management system, which is SCM system. So what is SCM system? So it will including some of the production or product design activity or manufacturing operations, and of course, including the supply chain. And finally, is the some service chain inside these activities. So let's take a simple example. If you ever order from the Amazon or any other e-commerce platform, so after the order tracking system is part of the supply chain management system. So when you go to the website and you find the goods you want, then it will give you the inventory level, right? And you can place the order and within the limit. Then it will give you the tracking number of your order. Then you can see the status of your goods, or no matter it's packing or it's shipping or any other problem along the way. So this is the simple example of the SCM system. I'll give you a brief knowledge. I believe everyone is very familiar. So we talk a lot about the SCM system, and because all the status need to be monitored. For example, we previously talking about the e-commerce platform. They the client order something. So what is the challenge that may face when it comes to the SCM system? So as you can see, we have six major points. The first is the integration complexity. In supply chain, often involve multiple systems, applications, and partners, each with its own data format, protocols, and interface. So in order to integrating this disparate system can be complex and time-consuming. That means the organization need to standardize and streamline integration and make easier to conduct the communication with the internal or the external systems. And a second is the poor collaboration. So with the lots of silo systems and manual process will hinder the collaboration among the supply chain partners. So it will leading to coordination issues and delays. In this situation, the organizations need to aggregate and centralize data from various systems and sources to providing the real-time visibility into key supply chain metrics. So such as the inventory level we are talking about, and the order status and shipment tracking. And this is the brief example, yeah. So third is about the legacy system integration. So many organizations still rely on the legacy system that may not have built-in support for the modern integration technologies, which the company will face the integration with the legacy system that need to bridge the gap between the old and new technologies, and it's allowing the organization to modernize their supply chain operations without replacing existing systems. Yeah, so the old system is still remaining and can use, but you need something to make it adapt to the new systems. And four is about the inflexibility. So the traditional SCM system may lack flexibility to adapt the changing business requirement or the market condition and technology advancement. So in this situation, the organization need a flex supply chain architecture that can easily scale or evolve, or integrate with the new technology and partners as needed. So 5 is the limited visibility. So a lot of the SCM system lack of the real-time visibility into supply chain activity that will lead to inefficiency or delays or disruptions, such as inventory level or order status and shipment tracking. So in this situation, the organization will need to aggregate the centralized data from various systems and sources and providing the real-time visibility into key supply chain metrics, such as the inventory, order, shipment tracking. So finally is the security risk. So because you need to exposing the internal system and data to the external partners, so they will can pose some security risk if you not properly managed. So this is why the organization will need to secure the backend system and protect the sensitive supply chain data from unauthorized or access or the hackers, which is the cyber threat. So in this current situation, lots of solution came out, and APIM is one of them. So we talk a lot about the how SCM system is and what is the challenges. So here is the it's a architecture of the current modern solved by the APIM. So many protocol using in Industry 4.0, which provide perfect help and solution for IT, integrated OT, and other systems. So especially for your decision-making systems. API is the solution we are talking about today. So what is the API? So you can think the API is one of the data exchange protocols or the microservices that provide the key data or services in your system. As you can see from the figure, on the left-hand side is the blue block. It is the system process and commonly used in your manufacturing, including the SCADA or MES. And you will transfer the data to the purple block. In the purple block is the IoT devices or IoT edge systems. And this edge system will provide all the key data to the central. You can see the green block is the IoT platform. So among the IoT platform, there will be many calculation and analysis functions in the IoT system in order to make the data to optimize the key data and for the decision making. So this important information will given to the enterprise system or enterprise application. For here is the ERP or CRM and SCM system. So at the same time, some key data or MES or SCADA system will also be directly uploaded to the enterprise. So as you can see on the figure, it's all through the APIs, which need the API platform or API gateway. So on the right-hand side, in the orange block, you can see on the right, you can see the API platform, which can provide the data and service applications. So the usage situation about the API can also be used as a part of cooperation decision making. So this is the current solution for cross-domain production in the manufacturing industry. So I'll give you a simple look about the current trend. And as you may ask, why using the API management system and what is the API management? So I'll give you some of the hint. So the bottom of the picture can be the, as you can see on the left-hand side, is your SCADA system or MES or IoT system. And it can provide all the data to the API management system through the API, and the above data you can see the central. The API platform can be one platform that manage all the data string, and provide to the API, and to manage to secure and can reuse all the data and microservices. So after the API management system have all these kind of data and services, and the top is your enterprise application. So it will refer to the ERP or SCM, CRM. So in here, they can go get all the services by using the API and make it faster to get new functions to your enterprise applications. So on the right, you can see the new business block. So that means there are systems or apps corresponding to the new business or the future factory or the partners. And it can base on the API management platform's characteristic that all data and microservices can be streamlined and templated, which is the reusable. So everything can be onboarding very fast. The new business and partner can onboard in short time, and all the data microservices usage monitor and quantify that can help you make the decisions. So through the API platform, you can not only do this, but also protect your data when interacting with it. So make it faster data extraction and manage the data usage to make a smart decision and improve the maintenance and operation of the system and achieve the goal of uninterrupted service. So that all services through the API platform can be provided to both system or partners and secure all the data. So we will later on begin the benefit and explain how it works. Let me introduce with the one simple flow in SCM system to bring out some challenge that you may think of the SCM system. So in this process, it's very simple. It's from your procurement to procure raw material or the components and get into the second part of the manufacturing or production. And once you get all the raw material to the proper product or the proper goods, and then we'll send to the inventory, and the inventory management will update some goods level to the order management. So once the orders are receiving from the customer, though either through the direct sales or channels, or through the intermediates such as the retailers or distributors, and it will give into the warehousing or distribution for packing, and before shipping they will packing something. So after the package is ready, they'll go to the transportation, and after to the client, they will give you some of the customer services or return or reverse logistic if something is the goods have some defect or something like that. So all these process, including many manual operations and paper operation or email work and Excel report and so on. So many things are complicated manually in the old system. So as a result, the employee working hours will increase and the personnel are unable to focus on the key task, and it will result in the human errors that cannot be completely avoided. So there are also problems such as the wasting the paper or wasting time and being unable to effectively track the orders or your goods situation. And also in the system that these process pass through, they often need to interact with other system data. So the process is complicated and time-consuming, and it is difficult to track the progress. Take the order system we are talking about as an example. Before a customer wants to place an order, they need to confirm the inventory, and after confirming and placing an order, a serious process will begin, right? So in the middle of the process, if the customer needs to confirm the order, they must confirm the progress with the sales or the channel or their partners. So there's no process for the customer to quickly search, and the sales cannot find the order status immediately. So they will need to confirm within their systems and reply to the customers, and it will take some time. So it will resulting in a decrease in customer satisfaction. So it's not good. That's why we bring out an API. So these are the system that in the order system, which is in SCM system, and we're very depending on the system planning of each company. So this system can interact with each other using the APIs. And the API included are very diverse. As you can see from the picture, in the central, the orders management system begin with it. Before the customer places an order, so the order system will confirm the inventory with the inventory system through the API. And after customer confirm that you have the proper level to fulfill his order, they will place an order, and a formal order will be generated through the API. So at this time, the customer can also query the order processing process through the API, which is the tracking number. So this order will be passed from the order system to the inventory system and warehouse system through the API. So after the warehousing finished, the packing and shipment is prepared, complete, the transportation system will be notified to the API to send the goods. At the same time, the order status will be updated to the order system through the API again. And it will come to the transportation system. So it will start sending the goods, which may pass some logistic center on the way. At the same time, it will continue send the latest status to the order system through the API to update the order status. For example, such as whether there's delays or whether there have problems along the way, and when goods are expected, when is the goods expected to arrive at which point, something like that. So after the finally delivered to the customer, the API will be sent again to complete the entire order. So after the order system receiving the API that you need to complete this order, so the order system will send the API to the customer services system. So in order to asking the customer to confirm the some if this is the good or not. So basically, it's ensure the customer satisfaction. In this phase, if there are returns or the reverse, something like this, so it will go to the return and reverse logistic. Still, it will pass to the order system to mention that we have this kind of a motion. So the related return process will be proceed. So in this situation, there are many subsequent or key information still they can using the API to transmit all the process to achieve the real-time and accurate services. So I won't go into the detail, so we will stop here. At this point, we can think of the e-commerce platform. We are talking about the Amazon. If you buy something from it, how API works in a SCM system workflow. In this workflow, people only need to check the key message or key informations, and then decide to move on or not. So the API will do the rest of the work. So can achieve the automation that reduce the lots of the man-made error and can easily tracking the problems along the way. So this is how API works in the SCM workflow. So next, we are talking about the benefit of using APIM. So we are already talking a lot that how API works inside the SCM system. Next, we are going to introduce some of the benefits. So in next sections, I will bring you some of the simple cases that aim for this benefit. So as you can see, we have combined the 6 major benefits, including some integration part and some orchestration and streamlined communication and some access control or partner onboarding. So I will explain it to you one by one. So at first, integration with the external system. So APIM allow business to expose SCM functionalities such as APIs and making it easier to integrate with external systems such as vendors, logistic partners, and customer systems. This integration enable seamless data exchange and order processing and collaboration throughout the supply chain network. For example, so logistics and transportation management. So a logistic company integrates its SCM system with APIM to enhance the connectivity and with its transportation partners and customers. By exposing SCM functionalities such as the route optimization, shipment tracking, and delivery notifications through the APIs, the company was able to improve the communication and collaboration across the supply chain. And this integration allows transportation partners to access real-time shipment information and provide delivery updates and automate the route planning. And finally, leading to improve the delivery accuracy and reduce transmit time and enhance customer satisfaction. Okay, second, the streamlined communication. APIM provides a centralized platform for managing APIs, including versioning, documentation, and access control. By exposing the SCM functionalities through well-documented APIs, business can streamline communication and standardize integration protocols. And it can leading to improve the interoperability and reduce integration efforts. And let me take an example for you. So manufacturing process optimization. A manufacturing company integrates its SCM system with the APIM to optimize its production and process and improve connectivity with its manufacturing partners. So how they do it? By exposing the SCM functionalities such as the production, scheduling, and quality control and inventory management through the APIs. The company was able to automate data exchange and streamline collaboration with its partners. So this integration enabled manufacturers to receive the real-time production schedule, submit quality inspection results, and update the inventory level and leading to improved production efficiency and reduce cycle time and to increase the product quality. Third, it can enhance the visibility and monitoring. So APIM offer capabilities for monitoring API usage, performance, and security. By monitoring the SCM and API, business can gain the real-time visibility into supply chain operations, track key metrics such as the order fulfillment rate and inventory level, and identify the potential issue or the bottleneck proactivity. So let's take an example, manufacturing production monitoring. So a manufacturing company deploy an SCM system, integrate with the APIM to monitor production process in real time and optimize resource allocation. So what they are doing is by exposing the SCM functionalities, such as the production scheduling, work in progress tracking, and quality control to the APIs. So the company was enabled to production manager to monitor the production progress and to identify the bottleneck and allocate resources dynamically. So this kind of the real-time visibility and control improve the product production efficiency and can reduce lead times and enhance overall productivity. Supply chain orchestration. So the API-based supply chain orchestration, APIM enable business to orchestrate the complex supply chain process by combining the multiple SCM APIs into orchestrated workflow. So the business can automate order the fulfillment process by orchestrating the API for order management, inventory management, and logistic tracking. So thereby improving the operational efficiency and reducing the manual intervention. So next, I will give you an example about this supply chain orchestration. So in this example is inventory replenishment optimization. So a retailer can deploy an SCM system integrated with APIM to optimize the inventory and replenishment process and minimize the stock out. What they are doing is exposing the SCM functionalities such as the inventory monitoring and demand forecasting and supplier integration through the APIs. So the company automated inventory replenishment workforce dynamically adjust the order quantities based on real-time demand signals. So they can track this kind of the things on the real time. So this automation will improve the inventory accuracy and reduce the excess inventory and optimize the capital utilization. And finally, leading to improved profitability and reduce holding cost. So 5 is it will increase your partner onboarding. So partner onboarding and management. The APIM simplify the partner onboarding and managed by providing self-service capabilities for registering, accessing, and managing API. So this streamline the process of integrating with new supply chain partners and reducing the onboarding time, and promote collaboration by enabling partners to access the SCM functionalities through the standardized APIs. So let me give you a quick example. So for this example is a manufacturing partner portal. So a manufacturing company deploy a SCM system integrated with the APIM to create the partner portal for its manufacturing partners. How they are doing is exposing the SCM functionalities such as the production scheduling, quality control, and inventory management through the APIs, so that the company enable seamless collaboration and communication with its partners. That the manufacturers could access real-time production schedules and submit quality inspection set result and update inventory level. And while the company could monitor the partner performance and track the production progress and optimize the resource allocation. So it will enhance the collaboration, improve the production efficiency, and reduce the cost, and finally enhance overall competitiveness. So finally, it's the security and access control. So APIM offers the robust security features such as the authentication, authorization, and encryption. In order to protect the SCM APIs from unauthorized access and ensure the data confidentiality and integrity. By enforcing the security policies at the API gateway, business can mitigate the security risk and comply with the regulatory requirements while exposing the SCM functionality to your partner, to the other stakeholders. So overall, combining the SCM system with the APIM platform empower the business to create agile, connected, and responsive supply chains, so that can adapt to changing market dynamics and optimize resource utilization and deliver superior customer experience, of course. So by leveraging the APIs as a foundation for digital transformation, business can unlock new opportunities for innovation, collaboration, and growth in the modern digital economy. The next chapter, we will talk about some case study. We'll deep into one case to explain how the API platform combine with the SCM system. So we already talked about a lot of the benefits that two systems combine to each other. So next, I will use this case to give you some more details and how it does. At first, we will see the brief architecture of these cases. So starting from the basic architecture, you can see the enterprise system on the top with the gray circle. This system exchange all the information through the API service platform. So it will allow the enterprise system to perform centralized information management. So all the data you can see in here is through the API platform. The enterprise system just only need to face the API platform that they can get all the data without any problems. So on the left-hand side, you can see the another gray circle, which is the supplier. So we can refer to the factory's mass system or ERP system or SCM system to transmit some key information through the API platform and to enterprise system. So on the bottom, you can see the partner. So the partner here refers to the transportation or the freight companies. Depends on every company is different. So it will give you the real-time tracking about where is the goods now. So also can do the API platform and give the data to the enterprise system so they can get a real-time tracking. So on the right-hand side, you can see the client services. It could be your website and your service assistant that the customer will contact you through this platform. So this kind of a data interaction, just like the Amazon we are talking about, they also can using the APIs to connect to each other. So through the API platform, the enterprise system will still get this kind of informations. Yeah, so it can achieve the real-time data interactions and manage the data authorization and access, and to protect the sensitive information from the leaks or attacks. And it will become more easy to add a new business system. As you can see, although we only got three circles, but it can be multiple. So in this architecture, we can see the convenience of the how API platform can do. So in these cases, I'll give you some background. So in this group, it's a patriomatic group. They are using the SCM and to SAP Global. So the group is very large and in scale and distributed in different countries and regions and has diversified factories and processes. And their existing business process divergence, operational process, planning and integration are very difficult and it takes a lot of time to implement. So in here, the API platform will integrate the SCN or the CRN into the SAP through the API to optimize the process and review the rationality. So API-based data exchange reduce the paper usage and human errors and avoid the duplication of a functional development through the API microservices architecture. So at the same time, it provides the templates and process of integrating API microservices for subsequences or the new factory introductions. So basically, they build some microservices and they can reuse it to the any other regions or countries their factories are. So let's dig into their before and after architecture. So in this case, originally, when integrating or developing functions, the SCN system in each of their factories were deployed independently and multiple times. So it will cost a lot of development time and low reusability because everyone is provided by the different people or different design. So after modifying the architecture through the API integration platform, the various front-end information and system functions are converted into the API microservices and provide for reuse and reduce development costs and increase the development speed. So the overall benefit, you can see the bottom. The coding rate of the overall system is increased by 72%, and coding speed and stability of the API platform are very high. And development costs are reduced by 60%, and already developed function can be reused through the microservices of the API platform. So the total efficiency of the production scheduling control increased by 40%, and key information was obtained through the API platform in real time. So in this case, API platform provides many key features to help the SCN system. So among these functions, I would like to highlight a few functions as a reference. First, the API management part. So the previously we mentioned existing system information is converted into the API microservices, right? So they are using a key feature called a composer function in it. So that database data or can be provided as microservices. And all systems can also be provided with the integrated API microservices through the database or data table or a CSV file, Excel, or other database you are using in that legacy system. So this is how API Composer do. The second, the efficiency maintenance. So in order to keep the services uninterrupted, here we are referred to the red and black deployment. The most commonly used is as a redundant for API microservices. So when services need to be upgraded or maintained, the customer will not experience the service interruption as there will be a switching mechanism behind it. And it can achieve the customer satisfaction. So this is important because service will not stop. So the customer won't feel it, even you are updating, you are maintaining. So this is the key feature, one of the key feature. So third, I will bring the security. So because the customer services information in this case require the cross-international access, in order to prevent the data leakage or the hacker attack, all data finally protect and exchange through the API platform security. So you can encryption your transmission and to the right people and with a whitelist, which can achieve the WAF protection. So this is some of the key features. I won't go through everything. So this is the services overall functions. So I will go from the top to the bottom. So in the gray layer, the API platform can provide the multiple services needs, whether it is front-end development or web page or mobile apps or other service platform. The key API microservices can be obtained through the API platform. So through a series of microservices, services for specified process can be templated. And new partner and new factories can quickly establish the systematic management. So the API platform in the orange layer not only provide the information, but also provide the stable services. So we previously talking about the red and black deployment, but also it was another service called the load balancer, which is specially used to disperse the service traffic and server traffic to achieve the effect of stable service provision and can improve the flexibility and performance of services. The reusability we are talking about of the microservices just mentioned and composer functions and so on. So it's basically you can template the services that are can be reused a lot of times. So at the same time, you can see the green layer. The green layer provides the unified API services channels for your existing API microservices or the existing systems through the API platform. So you may wonder, if I don't have APIs, we can using the composer we are talking about to integrate your legacy system, database, or data sheet to become a microservices, to provide the data, to provide the services. In this architecture, that all the services is unified and managed on the one platform. So this is the end of the cases. So our speech is coming to the end. So we just mentioned the many concept of the cases of the SCM combined with the APIM. Finally, I want to leave you with some key information. with several issues you can pay attention to. If you focus on managing supply side, procurement, and manufacturing, and to complete the management through the API microservices in order to enhance visibility and monitoring, and to manage your partners' onboardings, you can find us. Or your focus is on integrating with the external system or streamline the communications and integrating system logic through the API microservices to achieve the supply chain orchestration, you can find us. Or your focus is on the protecting and managing the API microservices in use, so you know what kind of the platform can help you achieve your goals. So let's say the best investment is the right tool so that time can be focused on critical services and innovations. Thank you. Next is the QA part. So in this part, I will leave in charge to Annie. Hi, Annie.
Okay, thank you very much, Eddie, for this amazing presentation. I hope you all enjoy this presentation and have learned more about the connection between SCM systems and API. So now we're going to have a Q&A session to answer some questions that were sent to us before the presentation. At the same time, if you have any other questions, feel free to send your questions through the chat box anytime. Okay, so Eddie, let's start with the first question. So the first question is, you said that API platform can be used to create API microservices. Where is this API microservice built?
Okay, for this question, it's built on the API platform through the composer function we just mentioned. So these microservices can be reused to speed up the application development process. Okay. Next question.
Okay, so moving on to the other question is, after you create the microservice through Composer, will the data be stored on the API platform?
Okay, so about this question, so the data still existing on the backend server, so you don't worry about your data need to transform into the API platform. So your data will still remain in your backend system. So you can filter the data on the API platform and select on the required data and provide it to the service users. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. If you have any other questions, you can send to the chat box anytime. So move on to the third question is, it just sounds like API platform can help convert some existing system data into microservices. In addition to database formats such as MS SQL and MySQL, can other file types such as CSV files also be converted into microservices?
Yes. So the advantage of the API platform is that it can organize some commonly used work files such as the CSV or Excel and convert it then into the API microservices to provide the user with them. So it can greatly increase the administrative efficiency, which is one part of the streamlined communication we are mentioning about.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. And the next question is, if I want to use this API platform, how do I know who is using the services and how do I ensure that the services will not be abused?
Okay, so for these questions, these services have the designated users and whitelist to confirm that they are used by the legitimate users, legally users. At the same time, there are report output to confirm the usage of the status of each services. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. So one last question that we have received before the presentation is, In addition to data interaction, can this API platform also do some automated things? For example, regularly update certain data to a designated system.
Yes. So as an API platform, it can have a scheduling function which save you the manual time required to interact with the data and avoid the human errors and speed up the data flow transmissions. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. So if you don't have any questions, then we will close the meeting now. So thank you, Eddie, and thank you everyone for taking the time to join us for today's webinar. Please scan this QR code or click the survey link we just sent to the chat box to fill out the survey so that we can send you the slides and a link to today's video recording. Okay, so while everyone is filling out the survey, let me take a moment to introduce our company. So TPI Software is Taiwan's #1 digital transformation software company, specializing in creating compliant API and log management platforms for enterprises. In addition to the product line, we also offer comprehensive software solutions and cloud services to fully support our customers on their digital transformation journey. And other than that, we have lots of resources for you to explore, such as blog articles on tech trends, YouTube and LinkedIn channels. Please scan to subscribe and follow so you can stay updated for our latest news and future events. Okay, so that will be all for today's webinar. Don't forget to submit your survey before you leave. Once again, thank you everyone for participating. We hope to see you again next time. Have a great day.